those saddles. And not a whole lot of drama left when it comes to barrel racing. A lot left in bull riding. Lindsay Sears, just, I think the big question here is how much money is she going to win this season? And can she win another go-around? But Tara Bynum's going to be the first one out.
You know, Tara Bynum's had a good week, 2 weeks, really isolated Lindsay like we should. But, boy, this little horse has been very impressive. First out, 13.70. Boy, you know, she probably wishes this were 5 more days, too. 13.70, that's her fastest time. That's a very good time.
Well, a lot of these horses have gotten stronger as the NFR has gone on, and you see Megan Reichert running hard into that first barrel.
She has to stay aggressive. There's only 2 girls that have not hit a barrel all week. Megan Reichert's one of them.
She's going to finish at least second in that average race.
Maybe better. 13.76, so things are fast tonight. Second in the round, and she will finish second in the average. Well, maybe first. We'll have to wait and see. I better not say that too soon.
Tammy Keyfisher next to work.
Round 10 in and out of that first turn. She sets them up good. Tammy won nearly 16,000. Can she get a check tonight? She's got a chance. A clean run and a fast time. 13.74 puts her second in the round.
By the way, Jill Moody's the only she comes in number 1 in the average. Tracy Dawson.
Clean. She's changed a couple of horses this week. Actually, her good horse Foxy, which was Canadian Barrel Horse of the Year, she never got the rider here. So she got on a horse earlier, changed to this horse. This is Cabri, 14 and 18, but a 5-second penalty takes her chances away. That's too bad.
Here comes Lisa Lockhart, South Dakota Cowgirl. See that she's 5th in the average. That's worth $14,600. Megan Reichert, if she can hold on to second, that's $34,800. And for Lisa, that's not what you want to happen.
You know it is. And what happens, and you see it just like I think Cody Wright in the bronc riding, Lisa in the barrel, you don't want to give up that average place, and you just have a tendency to try to maybe be a little safer than you usually are, not real aggressive, and boy, those horses feel it, and if you give them one little signal, they'll turn a 5-second penalty.
Mary Berger getting set, 6th in that average race. Won the World Championship in 2006.
Well, Mary has a good chance to move up in that average just from Lisa's problem of running before her. She and Fred, and she's been getting stronger as the days go on here at the Wrangler NFR. Fred's clocking faster. Can he clock fast tonight? Just a little off. 14.16. That was very fast a week ago. A little slower in these last rounds.
Brenda May's getting set. 7th in the average, 9th in the world. Well, he needs to get beat up, help him get that horse into the alley.
Boy, do not hit a barrel. That's the big question for Brenda right now. She's picked up about 9,000. She's got a chance to move up in the average because Lisa knocked the barrel over, and she will, so she'll ease out of here. 14.20 is her time, and she'll pick up probably another 10,000 at least in the average.
That's herself getting set. 13.74 still has the lead in the average. We're in the round. 5th in the world, 11th in that average race. I like that pitch shot. You see how hard those horses are running into that first barrel.
Yeah, trust me. I mean, it may look easy from our angle. It's not. A clean run, that's big. Now, this little horse can absolutely clock with the best of them. 13.96, though, that in a tough round, I think that's about 5th right now.
Shelly Murphy, Montana Cowgirl. Great second half to her season. Did very well in those playoffs. Put together enough money to almost come in here in the top 3. 4th coming into Vegas. But she has struggled here. She's only made about $4,300. Way down in that average, and she's dropped to number 7 in the world. And down comes another barrel.
Yeah, that 5 seconds will take her out of it. You know, and what a year she's had. You got to tip your hat to her. She won the DNCFR. She's won nearly 110,000. That's disappointing to hit a barrel, but she's had a great season.
First Wrangler NFR from her. There's some growing pains here.
You bet.
You got to figure out this building. Jill Moody's got it figured out. Number 1 in that average race. Won about 61,000 coming in. Would like to add to it. The big thing for her, though, don't knock down a barrel.
Yeah, you see her holding Dolly out a little more than she has been in the last few rounds. She knows number 1 in the average, that'd be about 44,000 more.
Well, a hip check on that last barrel.
Close, 13.99. That's about 6th in the round, but she will win the average. And that's a big payday, $42,999. Good for Jill Moody.
Brittany Posey won back-to-back rounds, round 4, round 5, and from that point on, it's been the Lindsey Sears show, and for Brittany and Stitch, that's been their story.
You know, she just, things just kind of fell apart a little bit for Brittany and Stitch. You know, they were clocking strong, and she's hit barrels now for, I think, the last 4 nights in a row, and hits a barrel tonight, 14-5. That's too bad, boy. She's been a great world champion. You know, won the average a couple times, but this is the story right here.
Yeah, passing the torch to Lindsey Sears. Go and look at that. She has won round 6, round 7, round 8, round 9. That's the consecutive rounds that she's won in a row.
She's going to win the world title. If you add up everything she's won from the beginning of last year until the end of this finals this year, $500,000 on this horse. Will she win this round? No, she won't. 13.90 though, that'll put her, I think, 4th right now.
Now, she's going to be the first barrel racer, I think, to go over $300,000 for the season. You see Deb Ringer. And speaking of money, you know, the upside for Trevor Brazil, last 2 go-rounds didn't go very well for him. But he's also the first cowboy now to hit the $3 million mark. $3,027,538 for Trevor Brazil and counting.
Well, congratulations to Trevor, and I'm watching Deb right here, 14-12. She's going to stay in the average, probably about 7th, I think. She'll move up a hole, so good for her.
Well, you look at competition for Lindsey Sears next year. I think you got to throw Brittany Posey far in there. I got to think you got to put Cassie Mosley in that group. First trip to the Wrangler NFR, 4th in the average, won $69,000. And Mighty Man, you know, kind of get that routine here. You know what's going on as you head into that tunnel, and he's ready to go. She turns him loose.
Very impressive horse, Jeff. You're absolutely right. She's just had a fantastic finals. Comes out a little low off that first barrel. You can see how he positions himself. Quick, fast, tight turn on the second. A little wild on the third. We'll see if the clock indicates anything there. 13.87. So she is going to move into the top 4 in the round. So that's impressive. 4th place right now.
And the final barrel racer for 2008 is going to be Stephanie Fryer. Was stumbling into that first barrel. Anxious moment for her there. Got to get that speed back up.
Lost both stirrups. Listen, it's not easy to ride him with both stirrups. It's really hard to ride him without stirrups, but it didn't slow her down much. A little bit, though. 14.23 for Stephanie Fryer.
Tammy Kingfisher, 13.74, going to win the go-around. Lindsey Sears is going to win a lot of money. Finishes 5th in this go-around. And she's going to win the World Championship. And some outstanding barrel racing by several of these ladies. Jill Moody wins the average. When we come back, the last unfinished business for 2008. We have one more gold buckle to hand out. It's going to a bull rider.